Alrighty, so I'm down here at Michael's place, down at the other farm. This gravity wagon there is rye. So, what we were doing is we were just basically filling this little, I don't know what you want to call it here. It's basically a quarter of a 50, it's cut off, it's the bottom of a 50-gallon tote. Fill that up, and then we take it over to the 3-point seeder over there and fill that up. So this is the third time I'm doing this. What we were using this for? We were using this for cover crop. We're spinning on with the 3-point seeder there. We're only doing 6 acres this year just to see how well it goes, but yeah. So I got towed over there and just fill it up. I think this is gonna be the last time I have to come down here and fill it up. Yeah, here's the combine. Still needs a bath. Gravity wagons. So yeah. That's what I'm up to today, I guess. Alright, so behind me here is 6 acres I just got done seeding down with the 3-point seeder here. 6 acres, so it didn't take too long. Took 3 of these spreader fulls to spread up the plant the way we wanted it, for the rate we wanted it on. I don't really understand that chart, so I'm not going to explain it well. So I won't bother explaining it, but I'm not going to do the rest of this field. It's like a 43-acre field or something. We're only doing this little 6-acre patch because nobody can see it unless you're on the interstate. So if something goes wrong here, it won't be out by the road or nothing, it'll be back here. So, I'm thinking it'll go pretty well. Dad's hooking the Michael's sulfur tool up to the magnum. It's basically a vertical till tool. He's gonna come over this, just work the seed in the ground a bit. Now honestly, it's probably a bit late to be out here doing this, but we're gonna give it a try. I don't expect the best results out of this because it's November 20th or something. It's Saturday. It's cold out, like 40 degrees, low 30s. It's cold out, so I don't know how well it's going to go, but it's worth to give it a shot. Wish we would have done this a couple weeks ago, but whatever. And we have a sulfur tool behind the magnum. Working in the old seed, or the rye seed. So basically what this doing, this really isn't disturbing the ground too much. It's more or less just breaking up the residue here. It's throwing a little bit of dirt, probably just enough dirt to cover up the seed. If we weren't using this, we probably would have just left it. Because there's residue over top of the seed, the rye seed, but. Or we might have ran the disc over it, but probably not. But this will do the job just fine. Oh, it took us an hour to get it up here. The farm's literally right over there. Why did it take an hour? Well, one of the tires were low. Dad thought he could make it to the shop to fill it up with air. No, he only got like, I don't know, 100 feet. It debeated itself, so we spent an hour running around trying to get stuff to fill it up. So, but we're going now, so I might run a little bit. I don't know, it's almost lunchtime, so Dad might want to go home and get lunch. So maybe I could take over and run it. I've never ran the sulfur before. Yeah, looks like it's doing a pretty decent job. First tillage we've done with the Magnum too. Don't have the duals on it either. We won't put the duals on it probably till next spring when we pull the field cultivator with it. So basically what we're doing here, just trying to do some cover crop, see how well it works for us. If it works well, we'll start we're planting more in the fall. To plant into in the springtime. Because we wouldn't be opposed to trying that more, but I don't know how well this is going to go since it's kind of cold out. But we'll see. Might plant some triticale next year if things work out well. That's what I wanted to do this year, is plant some triticale back here with the air drill, but, or not the air drill, but a drill. No-till drill. No-till it into here. But this will work. So actually, basically right where I am right now to where Dad is over there, there's an old town hall buried in here that Grandpa buried. So when we pick rock in this field, well, we don't actually pick rock in here. It's stone chunks and bricks. So we kind of like to do no-till back here so we don't have to worry about picking that crap up. So if this works out, that'll be actually pretty nice if it does work out. It's actually a really nice day out, other than it's pretty cold. No wind, which is pretty nice for spreading the seed on here. But yeah, I might try to ride with Dad in there. There's more room in there than there is in the 2+2. But I can tell you now, I am very happy that we bought this Magnum. It's been a great tractor for us for these past couple months, and we've only had it since August. So, yeah, see what happens next. Alright, we're inside the Magnum, and it's doing a really good job pulling this Salford tool. Think it's working it pretty hard or no?
No, got a little bit of wheel slippage, but other than that, I mean, it's still a drive tractor.
Right, and there's quite some hills back here in this little field. It is a little bit hard to see where your last pass was, but it's noticeable. We got the GPS going, but it doesn't want to cooperate since Dad took the auto steer out, so it's all lost. We can get some pretty good speed out of this thing too. We don't have the duals on, we just didn't feel like putting duals on it. It's doing it just fine without duals anyway. So this is a minimal till tool. It's basically just chopping up the residue.
Going in about 2 inches deep.
About 2 inches deep, yeah. So you can kind of tell where it's going over. It's not the easiest to tell, but it's doable. You can tell where you went last.
Yeah.
But I think it's safe to say Dad likes the Magnum.
Who doesn't like the Magnum?
Yeah. Just wish we had a 4-wheel drive right on the chisel plow then.
Someday.
Yeah. So we're only gonna do this little 6-acre patch, unless Dad feels like he wants to do more of this. As right now, we're just doing this little 6-acre patch back here. My dad pointed out, I don't know if the camera can do it, but right in there is where the town hall is buried. I was talking about before. Dad said you could see the ground sinking in a bit. Probably from all, because we've been picking up so many concrete chunks and bricks and whatnot, the ground's sinking in.
Yeah, and there's stumps buried in there and all that stuff, and they're rotting out, and I think the ground is sinking.
Yeah. So you can see the back side of the farm here. Pasture. Got the walkway where the steers went up into the woods throughout the summer, which we don't have them going up there right now. They haven't been up there for a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, we had a tree fall down.
A tree fell down on the fence. We just haven't got to fix it. It's just a smooth wire, no barbed wire, nothing. I don't think I ever made a video on that. I filmed a couple clips, but I never put it in a video. But so I'll put you guys away until something else happens.
As we get our dip over here, you can see where it is.
Yeah. Well, Dad, you want to explain what's been happening?
No.
So these shear pieces here on these teeth and the shanks keep falling off. We just lost 2 of them. We just luckily found them. We've only done, I don't know, 5 acres if that. Then the headlands here, one fell out down there, my second pass. Another one fell out down there, making my first pass down there. Then I lost one at that end of the field. Then I lost one right down over here. The one that fell off over here, I have no clue why it fell off. It didn't hit a rock or nothing, but the way these things sitting here, they just, like that, see that one's about ready to pop out there too. You're just sitting there. So, it's really a stupid idea if you ask me. So, total we've had what, 5 fall out? 4. Yeah, you're right, 4. So, yeah, we're just trying to deep rip this here to help with compaction, because that in the field's really compacted. But it's kind of hard to get anything done. See, he just slipped it in there by hand. If something hits the if something hits it just right, it just pops out like that. Maybe you're supposed to leave the dirt in there and just pound it in there so it has some pressure in there, some tension. I don't know. Maybe these pieces here are supposed to be down more. These brackets to hold them in. On the top here? I don't know either. But yeah, that's what we're going through right now. And this one got stuck up for whatever reason, I don't know. But whatever. So after like 4 and some odd hours of struggling with this POS, I'm sick of it. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, maybe it didn't trip that time. Usually that shake there, when it trips, will get stuck up, so you have to get on and kick it. When you go to kick it, the stupid shear goes flying off. I think what happens is there's so much tension on those springs, when they fly up, or fly back down, or retract back in the normal position, they throw the shears off. I think that's what's happening. So when they pull a rock up or something, they go to retract back down, they throw the shears like they're nothing. Now we're getting pulling into the driveway here, so this is going to be hard packed, I know. So yeah, I'm ready to, I don't want to see this thing ever again. I don't want to see it ever again. I'm done. Alright everybody, right now I'm in the calf barn here. This is our old dairy barn, which we have since converted into a calf barn to hold bottle calves. So me and Dad just finished doing chores in here. So Dad basically does the chores out in the barn here, bedding, feeding hay, grain. Sometimes I'll feed grain too, he's behind. And I go in the milk house here and mix up the milk, clean up, whatnot. So when I finish up in there, I'll come out and help him out here if he's not done yet. Up until this summer, we flopped rolls, because I used to do all the stuff out in the barn here, and Dad would just mix milk, and I'd carry pails out here, right Dad?
What?
Exactly.
Sure.
So, everybody in here is happy right now. We're not completely full right now. We were full in here up until like a couple days ago or whatever, when we dehorned a whole bunch. Dehorned and banded and pushed a couple guys, weaned guys off. Regrouped. So we got room for, I don't know, what, 2 more on this side? 1 more? 2 more on this side. This is where we have basically all of our bottle calves. When we switch them over to the pails over on this side. And this side of the barn over here, we basically group them. So these are the younger guys over here. I'll flip you guys around here. So on this side of the barn, we got 3 group pens. There's one down there. We start them off down there, and then we work them into this one and this one.
Each holding 4.
Each hold 4, yep. We could put more in there, but we usually just put 4. And then once they're done, once they're grown up enough to go in here, or once we kick the guys out of here, this is what we call a calf barn, which you're not going to see anything. So this is basically our old calf barn. I'll turn the lights on quick. So this is our old calf barn that I'm assuming was built in the 70s. Grandpa built it. It was insulated for the most part. Well, the ceiling was anyway. But the bottle calves are chained along the wall here, and then they would get grouped in here and then pushed outside. So basically this is where we wean them off in here. And right now these guys, they got a little while till they get weaned off. 2 weeks maybe. Maybe more than that. So he's already been dehorned and banded. Well, he's been banded, but he hasn't been dehorned. So we don't castrate on this farm. We use bands that take care of their boy parts. We just find it easier for us. So how do we band them, dehorn them, you ask? Very simple. Right here we got a modified cow stanchion that came out of the barn that Dad shrunk down to fit a calf in it. So basically we got the feed cart here since we don't have a chute or anything. Run them in here. Lock the stanchion shut. And we got our dehorner right here, which you can't see it, but that gets, this top piece here gets red hot. You basically just burn off the horn. It doesn't, they don't feel anything. They more or less get scared of the noise, the sizzling sound, and the smoke. And then we got a bander in here, which we use, put the bands on. This is our big one. And then we got a smaller one here, right here. And so you got a band in it. So what you do is you basically go up to their bully parts, pull them through the band there, pull the band off, and it basically cuts circulation to their bully parts, and eventually it'll fall off. So it's not as painful as castrating is. So yeah, he's been done and he doesn't have any pain. He's kind of friendly. Then again, he's a Jersey, he's a pain in the butt. So this is where we wean him off the milk and push him outside into the grinding group there. This is just a lean-to off the barn here. One of these days when I get a better video camera, I'll do a more in-depth video of feeding calves. When I actually have a camera I can set down. So yeah, basically we have 4 bottle calves right now. 1, 2, 3. He's a pail. He's a pail. Mr. All White. He's a pail. And he's a bottle. Which this guy's a lazy. You have to be right here in front of him for him to drink. So once these guys get old enough, we'll group 4 of them up in this pen, 3 or 4. If we have 4, we'll do 4. Then eventually work them through the process. Fairly simple. On this side of the barn, I think I've showed this before, but we cut out the stanchions. It's basically the top 2 rails there were the top rail of the stanchion that held the stanchion up. And then I got the pipeline there. That was a vacuum pipeline, right?
Yeah.
So I basically repurposed them.
It wasn't a milk pipeline, it was just extra. Old stuff.
Yeah, old stuff.
Repurposed.
Yeah, the milk line's sitting out along the field right now. From a couple years ago when we had to pump water out of it, we used it for pipeline to pump water. I guess I can show the feed room here real quick once. Nothing too special, it's just an old silo that's been knocked down. Half it's been knocked down and a corn crib roof was put over it. Got a hole there in the wall so the auger off the feed mill can dump feed in here. This stuff's a bit wet. This is fresh corn out of the field. It was. Sitting in the gravity wagon, so it's a bit wet. There was a little bit of mold in the middle, but the big guys outside will eat it up, no problem. So it'd be nice to tear this whole setup, everything from the door that way down, and put like a commodity bin out there of an auger coming in here. But that's not top of the priority list right now. We need to finish getting this barn fixed. Well, it's fixed, but we need to get the put tin on the outside wall, red tin.
Insulate that wall.
And insulate, that's the west wall there. We get west winds. There is a shed on the other side of that wall, but still there's a big time draft that comes through that wall. So you gotta put jackets on most of these calves when it's breezy cold out. Otherwise, we haven't had too many problems in this barn. We got an air tube in here for ventilation, which it isn't going right now because there's enough draft through the barn.
Nope.
So yeah. We don't have as many calves as die as we used to back when we were milking cows.
Yeah, it used to be horrible.
Yeah, and that calf barn back there, there's no ventilation since it's all insulated and sealed up.
1 or 2 a week easily.
Yeah.
You know, we're lucky if it's.
We're lucky if we get 1 a month.
Yeah, 2 months, whatever. Depends on the weather.
Yep, depends on the weather and depends on how good of a job you are keeping the buckets, bottles cleaned.
Detecting
And how-
showers right away.
And how well you pay attention to the calves and how well vaccinated they are. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on in here. So I'll come back to you guys when I find something else you want to see.